Guys, listen, I want to tell you, I was thinking last night, what should I talk about today? I just wanted to talk about anger because there's so many reasons why I get angry. You know, one of the things, guys, Dog Pound, Justice, and Dave, I get angry a lot when there's some sort of an injustice. We deal with companies that go through problems and they have injustices that they deal with, and I think we care about injustice, don't we? The Bible says to be angry lest sin not. So let me ask you, Dog Pound, how can you be angry and not sin?
I would say that the only way to know whether our anger is good or bad is because unrighteous anger loves to dress up like righteous anger. It's its favorite mask.
Okay.
And if it's stirring up our passions and it's causing us to be kind of overthrown by our emotions, then that's not righteous anger, no, even if the cause is just.
Right.
But
so you're saying even if there's a righteous cause for us to be angry,
right,
that there's a state that we should be, even in that state, that keeps us out of sin.
Like,
so let's explain that a little bit.
If your anger is motivating you to pray for your enemies,
right,
or to fight against temptation, or to struggle through a hardship, then that's righteous and holy anger. It's anger directed in the right direction.
I like that. No, yeah. David, do you have anything on that?
Yeah, I would say that if God is love and Christ is love, then we can't lose sight of love. I mean, we can be angry all we want, as long as we do it in love. I would say probably Mother Teresa was angry at poverty. She was probably angry at the sicknesses that she was fighting, but she did everything she did with love. And I think if we approach our wives or our children, other injustices that we might come across in our life directed at us or our loved ones, if we can fight those things off in a spirit of love, then it's not sin.
No, I like that. I like that. Guys, I want to point out a time in the Bible where Jesus actually became angry. When he goes into the temple and people are using his father's house as a place to trade and to make money instead of a house of prayer. This was a time where I believe righteous anger came in, Justice. Now, he did flip over some tables. I don't know how that would look today. Maybe we'd be tackled. I don't know. But I also believe that he did it for the right reasons. I think that if somebody hurt our wives or our children or each other, our friends, that we would have an anger inside of us about that. I think God, though, wants us to handle it his way, not our way. So the world teaches us how to handle anger. A lot of that is to act out, to yell, to get mad, to scream, whatever the word is, maybe to fight. And that's a world's reaction to that emotion of being angry or mad. Now, what does God tell us to do anytime that we are angry? If you guys, not that I have to ask you like a teacher to a student, but if you guys can add in on that.
Well, I suppose it would depend on what we're angry about, but the ultimate thing is to remain in the peace of God and not allow your anger to carry you into sinful behavior.
Right. No, I like that. So I guess what I was trying to get out of you guys was that, the world teaches us these different reactions to anger, but the Lord, through our Bible, through the way that Jesus acted, if we're going to take on the virtues of God, is we handle anger by praying, going to our Father in prayer and telling him that we have been done wrong by somebody. I also like, Justice, the one we talked about where it says to be quick to listen and slow to speak. I believe that's James 1:19-20, right? Where anytime I deal with something that makes me angry, I really take time to walk away, to take myself out of the situation for me to process. A lot of times I'll go to my wife and I'll talk with her about these situations. I'll go to my friends and talk to them about situations, people that I know operate under the same thinking, I believe, of Jesus, or try to, and really try and analyze what's making me most upset. I was thinking in the car on the way over here, I said, most of the times the things that have made me the most upset, if they weren't injustices, were times where maybe self-reflection took place. Somebody was pointing out something to me that maybe was a sin of my own, or a problem that I was still dealing with. One for me personally has been pride. So when you've been working on not being prideful, trying to be humble, and somebody still maintains that you are still prideful, that can make you really upset. That can make you angry. But that's not my anger to hold. I believe that a lot of these things come from other people's hurt, that they improperly project and channel onto us sometimes things that they're dealing with. So, you know, different scriptures in the Bible that talked about restraining words. Restraining words brings knowledge, doesn't it? So I believe that's in Proverbs. Fathers, don't provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. That's in Ephesians. So if you read all of these different things, it's saying not to provoke, to restrain our words. And like I was talking about, kind of walk away and to go pray about something that makes you angry. I believe that that's the best way to process some sort of wrong that's come your way. I think if we're in tune with God, we've been in prayer, we've been reading our Bible, we've been talking to our friends in Jesus, that when those situations come across us, I believe that we will have the wisdom of discernment, the wisdom to know how to handle those situations.